Welcome back to the Olga S. Pérez Show. I'm your host, Olga. How you doing? Wow. Boy, so many emotions, but you know me. I do show my emotion because we are real, live, raw reactions over here to everything from music videos to politics, predictions. I have predicted a lot of things, and so have other very notable psychics, astrologers, even some people with intel. I won't say names, but I will shout out a couple people, a few. We'll see. But yeah, I'm trying to keep it cool because I'm going to lose it. You know, I can get very expressive and emotional here, but I'm gonna try to keep it cool because although I have emotions, and I'm sure a lot of you have had different stages of emotions in the last biggest event, the takeout, because again, the bots can mess with my channel and mess with my video, and I really want this to reach as many people as possible. So if you're new to my channel, awesome to have you. And if you've been here before, welcome back, my love. Make sure to share this content. Sharing is caring, but now more than ever. For a lot of you too, just a quick segue, that want me to do reaction videos. I think a lot of you don't really watch my content unless it's like a specific artist, music videos that you like me to do and that you requested. And I just want to say, I am waiting to hit 100 people, so please become a member. As soon as I get the first 100 members, I'm doing a live music video reaction. I know Tom just dropped 2, right, in less than a week. I know Samson. I mean, there's just so many, but that's it. That's the goal. I reach 100 members. I'm going full throttle. And, of course, I do take donations, super chats, you name it, you request it, I'll do it. It could happen in this live. So if you're watching or if you chime in midway, I hope you hear this. I might repeat this later on in the live stream. So I got a lot of clips to share. So yeah, we are going to talk about Mr. T. Again, because of the algorithm. I'm not going to say the whole word. I am live on X, on Rumble, and right here on the boob tube. Other people call it the fluff tube. That's nice. I call it the boob tube because it's like, what are we, your children, right? You got to censor. Basically, when they're censoring us, even when they're throwing out the bots, it's more than censorship. It's like a dictator. It's parenting at its worst. Or it's like, oh, no, if you want to live under my roof, you got to do my rules, which that's my mentality. You visit me, you live with me, it's my rules. I'm sorry, you don't like it, go. I get it. But we know they're not being fair. And in fact, I have a clip that I'm going to share with you how Google is automatically already messing with the algorithms because of the current events or the recent events of Mr. T. I'm going to share that with you. I have a bunch of clips. So yeah, we're going to talk predominantly about what happened. But I have predicted many times, but I always keep it kind of general and vague because of people that say, don't fearmonger. It's like, no, don't you want me to tell you what's going to happen? Or at least, look into it, maybe the possibility of my prediction. Because, of course, even with my own circle of friends, colleagues and whatnot, as soon as we talk about stuff like this, they always go to politics. And I'm like, listen, I just had this conversation yesterday. And I'm like, listen, I'm going to tell you straight up. I just want you to remember. Give me 1 second. I have this pop up. Give me 1 second, guys. What? I just got a pop up from X. A premium account on X is required in order to stream on the platform. Since when? I've been doing this forever, guys. What is it talking about? So I am not live on X right now? You got to be kidding me. I think maybe now that I'm just remembering, did I not? Maybe I did see something that they were going to be doing this at a certain date. Today's July 15th. And yeah, I don't see my live here. Give me a second, guys, because I'm not trying to end the live stream, but, and for those who've been following me, like I've been live. Can somebody give me a head, like, let me know? Oh my God. See, this is totally messing up with my rhythm here, my flow. Give me a second, guys, because at the very least, I'm going to at least share the link. And again, once and again, one more time, please share the link. Give me 1 second, guys. I appreciate your love and your patience and understanding, because I don't get it. Hold on. All right, I'm not going to get verklempt, although I'm feeling it. All right. Let's see. I mean, like I said, if I try to see what's going on with the whole Twitter thing, let me see. It's saying edit. Okay. Okay. Yeah, a premium account on X is required in order to stream on that platform. So I got to pay X now? Do you see how much I need your all support? I'm telling you. That's why I need more members. And of course, smash that like button if you're happy to see me at the very least. And if you like this content, clearly, press that. Smash that like button. And subscribe if you haven't already. What are you waiting for? Aren't you tired of everybody? Because everyone's selling out. Okay, not every single person, but for the most part, you know? Because I get it. They need the money to pay for their lifestyle. But, like, seriously, not to talk shit about Candace Owens, but, like, you guys know how much she's charging on an app called, I think it's called Minek or something like that? I think it's, the creator of that app is PBD, you know, Patrick Bet-David. And that's just one thing. And how she doesn't even need the money. Just saying. But, yeah. When you buy me a coffee, everything goes to this show. To me paying YouTube to stop with the commercials, for example. I mean, that's the hope. And that's why I need to grow and I need more members and become a locals member. Because that's where the exclusive content, real and raw, behind the scenes, you name it. Gloves off, completely unfiltered. Join me there. It's a coffee a month. Like, really? You can cancel anytime. But know that you're supporting your fellow American, your fellow human citizen who will never sell out. And go ahead, you can clip this, and you can clip all the many times that I keep saying, I will never sell. Never. If it's not in alignment with us and truth and the collective, no. If it's not going to improve or help us in any way, no. No, I'm not going to. I've declined many sponsors because it just is not in alignment with us. What's better for us. Not what I think is better. No, what's ultimately better. Like, for example, so here's number one prediction. I mentioned, I'm not the only one. There's astrologers, like I said from the intro. There's, psychics even that have predicted something was going to happen. But of course, anybody could say, because with all the hate that MSM puts out, AKA old school media, because I don't even like to say legacy media. Like, that gives them too much credit. So, here in a minute, I'm going to look at your chats. I want to say hello to anybody who's already with me. Please make sure to stay tuned. And thank you for being here. Thank you for your love and support. Because again, even if they are censoring me, and I've been shadow banned forever, they're just not lifting it unless I change my tune. Like I say what they want to hear, which is not going to happen. I'll just kind of, change some words and give you, some you know, some like Mr. T. Let's talk about Mr. T. Let's spill some tea. So right when it happened, let's talk about where was I. So I had for some of you, I don't know if you saw, I posted in the community post and here on BoobTube and also on Locals. I had a trip and fall the other day. You can't see it because I'm wearing this blazer, but this is all jacked up and I don't want to gross you out. It's pretty bad. And in my knee. But in my whole right side of my body, I've been a mess. I've been completely discombobulated. I'm still not 100%. It's not even about the scabs and stuff. I'm just saying my whole body is like, oh. So thank God I was able to make it today. In fact, I had to change the time of this live stream twice because I had a last minute appointment scheduled for a consultation, and then they canceled like an hour later. And I get it. Sometimes they need to reschedule. Sometimes they're like, oh, they're stuck at work, whatever it is. So then I was like, oh, okay, then I am able to do the live as planned at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So here we are. And then X surprises me with this bullshit. Okay. So where was I? So it was Saturday. And I've been lately, I used to have silent Sundays where I'm not on the phone, I'm not on the computer, and I'm all about just meditation, just chilling out, being present, being with God, the animals, you name it. And I've been switching it in the last couple of weeks to Saturdays because of the Sabbath, which is another story, which is just another explanation, but whatever. And although I'm not supposed to be on the phone, I decided I'm going to be on TikTok, and just one of the things that I love watching on TikTok is like cat videos. Okay? It's just good for my soul. So I watched them, and all of a sudden it pops up. This guy, it's live, and this guy is showing like the replay of what just happened to Mr. T. And it was like literally when it happened. And I was like, get out. And I mean, my heart dropped. Not because, I worship Mr. T. There's only one God. There's only one, But I'm just like, what? I knew it was going to happen, and I knew it was going to happen now, leading up to the election. And how many times have I said, for those who follow me more often, and especially on Locals, that there will not be an election? That not only there's always been selections, never elections. I know, don't shoot the messenger. This time, it will be very obvious. And so they're talking about this lone shooter and that he was a young kid, mentally ill. Well, they're always mentally ill. And then the question is, who's involved, if the deep state, right? So, like I said, I'm going to be very, very casual on this topic. I'll do a restream right after this one on Locals, and then I won't be casual over there. I can promise you that. So make sure to join me on Locals. So from the get-go, and the reason why I'm telling you where I was, what I was doing, the moment that it happened, I went straight to Twitter, aka X. And immediately I wanted to make sure that my voice was set out. Check out my Twitter feed. And some of them, I've actually responded to somebody else's post. So I need to look that up and maybe screenshot it and whatnot, because I was literally telling people, there was one guy, I think it's Ryan Lawson or something. I could be, but I think his X handles it's I don't know, RY Liberty or something like that. Anyway, I think I might show this in a little bit. But he was so a lot of people were like, oh, it's fake. Oh, it's staged. I'm telling you that I made sure I knew what was going to happen. And you know me, I don't really like to talk about the news when it's big stuff like that right away, because I always say, wait another couple of days, more shit will come out. But this time, I knew I wanted to make sure that I put it out there that this was not fake, and I stand my ground. And making sure, and lo and behold, of course, people were all kinds of stuff, whether it was fake, whether it was staged, All the experts came out. Some Green Beret guy came out with it. Some Navy SEAL guy. Of course, the experts, people that have been, was it Dan Bongino, who was a Secret Service previously, right? And I'm like, I don't need anybody. Like, sometimes you just don't need an expert to know. You just know. We're supposed to listen to our instinct and our intuition. And I was like, so whether I predicted it and other people predicted that there would be an attempt, I knew he would outlive this. Like, it would be a failure. But here's the good news. The good news is the change that it's going to bring to him is going to literally change everything. And I want to warn you by saying that this is the tip of the iceberg, believe it or not, to the fact that there's going to be an economic crash that we've never seen, especially in American history. So just like you look at the weather forecast to see if you need to wear your rain boots or take your umbrella out, speaking of the weather, because of the eclipses, and again, also my intuition, we're going to see tornadoes like we've never seen them before. And I'm not the only one saying this. I'm not the only one thinking it, predicting it. I've been having visions. It's not about fear. It's get ready. Be a good person. How many times do I say, get together with your community, support your local businesses? The fact that people are still watching the television, the black box, and believing anything. There was a post that I posted also right away when I saw somebody else had posted about an article, that the way that the CNN had posted that it's like he had a slip and fall like Mr. Biden. The level of evil. One thing is fake news. One thing is not telling you the truth. One thing is skewing the truth. This? Okay, so when I was, forgive me, see, I got so much in my mind. So like the guy I was talking about, the Dawson guy, I believe that's the way his last name is. I'm not an expert. I don't have a gun. Not that I wouldn't, that's another story. And I just felt what I heard was not television. It was not doctored. It's not a hologram. And I literally said, because he denied that it was a rifle or that it was real gunshots. And I'm like, it is. Oh, fuck, see? I shouldn't have said the word pew pew because, again, I just want to make sure that everybody finds me, finds us. It was real, and it was God that made him turn his head. That's a fact. Don't be like, prove it. He's alive. That's proof. They allowed that guy on the roof to do what he did. Was it planned? Yes. Part of predictions is not just knowing what's going to happen ahead of time. It's also knowing that it's a planned event. So at this point, although I got a lot of clips to share, I'm not going to share a lot of the things that I would think you've already seen at this point. Everyone needs to stop with if it was fake or staged. This was not Chris Rock and Will Smith at the Oscars. This was not fake. Was it planned? Yes. And that one of the first things I said, just so I wouldn't have to get too far into it and explain exactly how I felt and saw, like I said from the get-go, I wanted to prove that I stand my ground, that you will see that my intuition is 100% right, that they'll figure it out, that it was planned, not faked. Do you feel me? Do you feel me? Okay. And the one word I kept writing, whether it was on somebody else's post and on my own, I said, this has Oswald vibes. Period. This is not conspiracies. This is not conspiracy theory. That's what's up. That's it. We don't have to overcomplicate this shit. But of course, the evidence will come through. But then Massey, Mr. Massey, I liked his post because right after that, he posted exactly where I was already going at, which was, I'm looking it up, guys. Give me a second. Let me share that. Who hasn't seen this? Let me know in the comments. Your comments are my fuel. I do read them and I will respond. The same bureau that investigated the Las Vegas shooting and the J6 pipe bombs is now investigating the attempted assassination of Mr. D. This is also the same bureau that raided Mar-a-Lago. I'm sure they'll get to the bottom of this soon. You see what I'm saying? Okay, that's just us getting our lips wet here. I want to say hi to whoever's with me right now, and we'll get back to it. Because one of the things we typically do as well is fact check, right? And Google it. And how many times I tell you, you can't trust Google. You got to go somewhere else. Anywhere but Google. And sure enough, before I go to your comments, let me just share this with you. Because of the Google comment. I mean, I hope I'm going to go on a flow as much as I can here.
Is there a cover-up happening right now? Obviously, a big thread that people are trying to unravel right now is whether or not the Secret Service was compromised in some way.
Watch this, guys.
Like, how did the Secret Service not do the basic job of securing the perimeter around
Bullshit.
the rally? Or why didn't the snipers take out the shooter before he fired? Also,
which, again, you can't believe everything you read, but it seems like they were told to stand down. That's what they're saying. Clearly, they saw the guy. No debate here.
definitely don't read this fine print here. Or why didn't the police do anything after people pointed the shooter out?
Yeah, look, there he is.
Because we have millions and millions of people in our country that should be here. Dangerous people. Criminals. We have criminals. We have drug dealers. We have people that should not be here.
So naturally, some people like myself, might want to go to Google, do some of our own digging. And this is where things get kind of interesting. So if I do a search like Secret Service Trump assassination, the results are naturally just a lot of mainstream sources, the news, talking about the Secret Service and their role in the Trump assassination attempt. But what if I wanted to find sources that were not mainstream? So I try Secret Service Trump assassination X. And I still just get mainstream sources. Even though we all know that there are plenty of discussions happening on X as we speak. Definitely kind of odd, but, you know, we don't want to be those people jumping to conclusions. So maybe X just isn't a good search term for Google since it's just one letter. So let's try a different topic. Let's try Joe Biden dementia X. You know, kind of controversial still, and see if it comes up with anything from X. And, oh, well, it does. It still has some mainstream publications and outlets, but definitely some results from X. So a bit of both. That's what I would kind of expect from an unbiased search engine. A bit of both. A bit of mainstream news and a bit of alternative news.
Right.
I also tried with Reddit, and it also comes up with, 99% mainstream news sources. Even though a lot of discussion on Reddit as well. People are talking, trying to figure things out. So is this like a conspiracy? No, not really. It's just policy. A couple of years ago, the Wall Street Journal reported that a Google spokesperson confirmed that, quote, our systems aim to provide relevant results from authoritative sources, adding that organic search results alone are not representative of the information made accessible via search. Does this come as a surprise to anybody? Probably not. But
right. At this point, right? But believe it or not, there are people that are still like, no, what are you talking about? The denial and the cognitive dissonance is 100% where like mass psychosis level.
Nonetheless, this would be a good opportunity to show people how the information war works in real time.
There you go.
Is there a...
And this is why, hate to plug it back in, your support is everything. And you know, I was going to start with something that was kind of cute about the whole topic. But again, I'm dying to see who's with me, and I want to say hello to everyone. And then we'll go back to the rabbit holes of information and a reality check with a little, I think it was kind of funny, cute video. Anyway. Hello, Rocco. Yay, great to see you. Hot Rod. I love the title, Mr. T. The way he stood up after being shot was NYC gangsta. Yeah, someone needs to get him a gold chain. Like Mr. T. I like that, Hot Rod. Hey, Sean Henry, great to see you. Yeah, you know what? It's funny you mentioned Derek Johnson. I guess you and Rocco are talking about Derek Johnson because I have a clip about what Derek Johnson posted on X. I'm going to share that. I don't know if you guys saw it. And I feel like I don't want to share a lot of stuff that I would think you would already seen at this point, but at least to have a string of thought processes and like highlights, especially after, you know, when the dust settles kind of a thing. So, hey, the Rational Texan. Hello, great to see you. Thank you for joining me on Rumble. Meant to ask if you were doing, how are you doing over the weekend? But then the Trump thing happened. I know, right? Thank you, sweetheart. Yeah, I'm definitely doing better, but still not, you know. Sometimes things take longer, you know, especially when you're no spring chicken. Hey, nice guy 559. Much love and cheers from California. As always, you're beautifully awesome. Oh, thank you. 100%. Takes one to know one. You know how I feel about that. Who else is with me? I just want to make sure I say hi. Hey, Buzzacino. Love. Hey, guys. If you guys been reading, I love the way Buzzacino talks. He's also on Rumble. Thank you for being there. Did you guys smash that? Hail, Dale. Hail. I meant to say hi, Dale Rose. Here goes the dyslexia. Hail, Rose, I was going to say. Again, you know, it's all love, nothing but love. Thank you, Buzzacino. Really? Because, you know, it's so funny. At first, the way I had my hair done earlier, I was getting in this mood to look like classic, and I was going to put some pearls on and look almost like Jackie O-ish. Not that I'm trying to look like Jackie O. Just like, I was like, I thought that would be a way to surprise you guys. Like, oh, what's that look? It's coming. But today I was like, it's too hot. When I started pooking out, like, I'm like, that's too much. That's just too much. It's too hot today. So I'm more earthy, maybe? More flowy? I don't know. I'm glad that you enjoy it or appreciate it and that I look good to you. Because I'm always real. I'm always keeping it 100. Where I'm never full of myself. I'm just grateful for being able to be here and part of this history with you. Much love. So, I thought maybe sharing this video, I thought this probably didn't get circled or circulated as much. And let's have a little more fun before we get into more. I got some good, I got good stuff. I think okay. I don't want to spill all the beans. I want you to stay tuned. Here we go. Look familiar, guys? I thought it was pretty, clever. Not amazing. There was like one part of the lyrics in this little song video that I was like, ooh, but you know what? Overall, I was like, let's have some fun. Here we go.
many men, like Olga S, wish death upon me. Blood in my eye, dog, and I can't see. The president is what I'm destined to be, but Democrats trying to take my life away. Put a hole in my ear, now you gon' see. Put a call into all my security. Better watch how you talk when you talk about me, cause I'll come and take your life away. Many men, that's a lot of men. Many men, older men, wish death on me. Lord, I don't cry no more. Don't look to the sky no more. Have mercy on me. These pissy Democrats put money on my head. Go get your refund, motherfucker, cause I ain't dead. I'm the orange in the fruit bowl that ain't been found. I'm the Republican king, and I ain't been crowned. When I rally,
I'm the orange in the fruit bowl that ain't been found. Oh.
something special happens every time. I'm the greatest, something like America in its prime. I rip the concrete jungle, I ain't never been humble. Fist raised high, cause I stay ready to rumble.
What do you guys think? Do you want me to play it again? Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed it. Hey, DR3. Great to see you. So why isn't it your live stream showing on Rumble is live? What? That too? You gotta be kidding me. Well, it's showing on my end. So I don't know. I don't know. It's showing on my end. Well, thanks for putting that out there. And you know what? Speaking of which, just so you know, I'm going to be on Locals after this. I'm going to put the link real quick, both. Although the links are already, you know, in the description, everything. And there's actually a button, a red little button that says join. That's the Locals button on Rumbles. If you didn't already know, I'm sure most of you know. Join me on Locals. Re-stream. I know. I was going to do that earlier. You know, this is definitely overwhelming. I mean, how are you guys feeling about this? I mean, good news. He's good, right? You know, Mr. T. But at the same time, we have to pray. And not just for him. It's us. Like, we have to pray.
I just want to have fun that night.
Hold on. Just want to make sure I'm pinning this for everybody. You know, whether you join the live stream or the replay, you could always go and watch the replay on Local. So do not think to not buy me a coffee by joining me on Locals just because you might have missed me live. Because believe me, I'm pretty sure, I think anybody else who's been on Locals and seen me on Locals, they can attest that you can watch a replay. I don't think you're going to feel like you're not there. Like it wasn't live. Just saying. I think that's, at least that's one of my perceptions. But then again, I guess I could be biased. But yeah, I thought that video was kind of cute. So let me also, so we talked about how Massey, and again, you know, there's these videos, who hasn't seen these videos at this point, right? But just so you know, I've looked at everything and everywhere. And one of the things that got me was, what's behind that kid? That was the biggest thing for me. And of course, somebody found some info. Here we go. You guys heard this with the weird BlackRock connection? Here we go.
Trump's shooter was in a BlackRock commercial. Yeah, I bet they're not showing you this. This commercial was filmed about 2 years ago at a high school called Bethel Park where he attended, and he appears at about the 19-second mark. There he is, Thomas Matthew Crooks. I mean, what are the chances? Once you realize how powerful BlackRock is and what type of ownership they have in major companies, it's hard to believe that this is all just a coincidence. So learned a couple other things. There's a lot of footage of him saying filthy things about Republicans and Trump. Also that he made a donation on Biden's inauguration day.
Today I've got a Puerto Rico lesson for all my gringos. Yes, sir.
I don't even know how that came in there. But guys, how about that BlackRock? Now, going back to where we were talking about with the Derek Johnson, I forget who made a comment about it. And I actually have a post. Did you guys see what Derek Johnson said? I'll read it to you. I see my phone and messages blowing up. Imagine what happens if you actually read what's in the laws and orders. All planned. Laws and orders prove so. So see, whether you're a psychic or you're a well-informed person, okay? All of your worlds flipped upside down in a matter of seconds, but no one would be panicking if they understood what's going on. It's a special operation. They have your attention now. I'll go live later. Meanwhile, keep watching all of the morons, fools, haters, wannabes push a surface-level bullshit narrative. Now, isn't that funny? Because I came in from a different angle, but we're on the same page. Thank you, Derek. Someday, some of you may seek to understand why it matters to a veteran. I feel you, although I'm not a veteran. And maybe you'll understand why a veteran has to be tough on other veterans. That's my favorite part. And maybe you'll understand why a veteran has to be tough on other veterans who want to be all raw and no laws and orders. I thought this was extremely profound, by the way. Here is, like I said, I have, at this point, I think you guys have seen videos like this, right? The guy on the roof, people telling the cops and everybody, hey, yo, right? So I don't want to keep giving you what you've already seen. Hold on, I guess I have to refresh this. But I also, if you haven't already watched it, then...
Look, they're all pointing.
You can look up, a lot of people posted the same video, and you can watch the whole thing.
Yeah, someone's on top of the roof. Look. There he is right there.
And of course, I understand people jumped real quick. People already come with their preconceived notions. But the biggest one for me is claiming that this was fake and staged. It is not. You might have an opinion. Show me the proof. I think that if you just clear your mind and stop looking with prejudice and judgment and just ask your stomach, just ask your natural born, God-given instinct, and the answer's right there. But I think it's really cool to hear people like this guy, right, as well, right? So yeah, it's good to have the experts share what they have on their mind, their perspective. That's having a conversation.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm here to tell you why the shooting of President Donald Trump yesterday, without a doubt in my mind, was a planned and coordinated attack on the president inside.
See, I just love when the experts are saying the same thing I'm seeing and feeling without being an expert.
Government or local agency or police force. Here's why. My name is Matthew Murphy, and I am a retired Green Beret, retired from this Special Forces group, but I'm also a level 1 sniper, which means that I have graduated the highest level of training for snipers that you can do in special operations. We're trained, I'm going to avoid confidential or classified terminology. We're trained in assassinations and counter assassinations for the very reason, case in point, yesterday, the shooting of President Donald Trump. So, first of all, anywhere the president's going to go, there are teams from the Secret Service that go out days, if not weeks, if not months, before the president will ever be at that spot. And they do a site security assessment. And they do that with the local police forces and agencies to ensure that every potential security threat or vulnerability is secured and, of course, protected against. Now, This is done way before Donald Trump will ever get there, and they know every place that the president will be, and the sniper team especially is responsible for ensuring that no one can take a shot at the president. Now, that does not mean that the sniper team just sets up with their guns and scans the crowd and shoots. No, what they do, the most important thing they do pre-Donald Trump showing up, is within a 360-degree environment of that podium of the president, they ensure that there is not a place that is open that will be accessible by someone with a rifle.
Like, who doesn't know that? And yet, let's not even get into the whole DEI, where obviously the first thing that when I saw it, I knew it was not fake. It was planned. And that God prevented that. Like, this guy literally, I'm telling you, it was supernatural, godly fucking shit happening right then and there. But the other thing was, oh shit, I just lost
take a shot at the president.
That, yeah. Okay, so the second thing I saw was the female Secret Service. And I was just like, oh, okay, and I'm a woman. Stop! Stop! There are things that men are the best at. And there are things that are women are the best at. That's what makes us amazing. Sorry for yelling.
So they make sure those places are barricaded off, inaccessible, and heavily guarded, so there is no way you are going to get to the place where you can even shoot the president with a rifle before the president shows up. Then they scan the crowd and those places with the rifle, just in case by some miracle you do. Now, you're not going to tell me, I don't care who you are, don't listen to the media, nonsense anyways, I think most of us know that by now, that some 20-year-old kid that looks like he played Dungeons and Dragons in his mom's basement
I thought the same thing.
Trained on a gun, especially a sniper rifle like that, is a registered Republican, and then can access
register and quote
anywhere near the vicinity of that crowd, of that event, with him not dressed in a uniform and that sniper rifle. He was wearing American flag t-shirt and pants, and he had a rifle. You're going to tell me that that kid went through all the levels of security, somehow got into the closest building.
I cannot believe people were saying immediately that there was a BB gun. And this was coming from men's mouth. And these are expert influencers on top of this, right? Politics, you name it. And I'm just a girl over here. And I'm going, no, And then thank God, other people, other influencers, other speakers, people that have been, on all kinds of shows. I just can't remember their names right now. One of them in particular, I can see him because he's a guest often on InfoWars. But whatever. He literally used technology to measure out exactly what it was. And I'm just sitting here like this. I'm like literally like this. Like, here we go. Like, I'm like that cat, GIF. And I'm like, like, waiting. And I'm just loving this shit. That I'm like, man, if we just all thought with our own heads, we would not be in such disagreements.
To the president, then accessed the rooftop of the closest building to the president, then had the time to unpack his rifle, lay down in the prone, and then take 5 to 8 well-aimed shots at the president before he was decisively engaged by the Secret Service's counter sniper teams or a local police department. I don't know who they were. Most likely police. You're going to tell me all that happened and a 20-year-old kid did that without it being heavily planned, coordinated, and people on the inside making it happen? There's absolutely no way possible that kid was able to get up there and take those shots at the president without a lot of internal help. So someone in that local, or some people inside that local police department, agencies, or Secret Service is compromised and is a threat to our president.
That's the key word right there, compromised.
We need to stop worrying about that damn shooter.
Can you imagine you have to worry about your own security? Hello, JFK.
Worrying about who allowed this shit to happen. And President Trump, if you need an American to protect you who's actually good at sniping and stopping this crap, give me a call. I'll do it for free.
Look at that. Look at that. Love you. Thank you, bro. So what's also, I saw a bunch of videos that were kind of funny too, but I don't think I popped them up because I was just like, God, I'm not gonna have enough time to like share everything. And of course, you know me, what I want the most is to connect with you. Like you can watch the videos on your own, right? So, when the black people are coming up, they're like, yo, well, he needs a guy from the hood. And I was like, yes, like, absolutely. Okay. All right. I know I get carried away. You know, I tell you, I'm trying to keep my emotions. But here, I'm going to share something I haven't seen on X that I thought was beautiful, and guys, let me know, but it's what Melania wrote right after the event. Check this out.
Shared a letter from herself.
Here we go.
Melania Trump just shared a letter from herself.
Oh shit. Sorry guys.
Or X. And I'm going to read it to you right now. When I watched that violent bullet strike my husband, Donald, I realized my life and Baron.
Oh, come on. I was just trying to make it bigger, guys. Oh, please. Really? Come on.
Melania Trump just shared a letter from herself on Twitter or X. And I'm going to read it to you right now. When I watched that violent bullet strike my husband, Donald, I realized my life and Barron's life were on the brink of a devastating change. I am grateful to the brave Secret Service agents and law enforcement officials who risked their own lives to protect my husband. To the families of the innocent victims who are now suffering from this heinous act, I humbly offer my sincerest sympathy. Your need to summon your inner strength for such a terrible reason saddens me. A monster who recognized my husband as an inhuman political machine attempted to wring out Donald's passion, his laughter, music and inspiration, the core facts of my husband's life, his human side, were buried below the political machine. Donald, the generous and caring man who I have been with through the best of times and the worst of times. Let us not forget that differing opinions, policy, and political games are inferior to love. Our personal structure and life commitment until death is at serious risk. Political concepts are simple when compared to us, human beings. We are all humans. Fundamentally, instinctively, we want to help one another. American politics are only one vehicle that can split our communities. Love, compassion, kindness, and empathy are necessities. And let us remember that when the time comes to look beyond the left and the right, beyond the red and the blue, we all come from families with passion to fight for a better life together while we are here in this earthly realm. Dawn is here again. Let us reunite. Now. This morning.
Oh, come on. Oh my God, guys. Look, didn't I tell you I watch a lot
Trump
of
just
cat stuff? God, I missed it. Sorry, guys.
Send above the hate, the vitriol, the simple-minded ideas that ignite violence. We all want a world where respect is paramount, family is first, and love transcends. We can realize this world again. Each of us must demand to get it back. We must insist that respect fills the cornerstone of our relationships again. I am thinking of you, my fellow Americans. The winds of change have arrived. For those of you who cry in support, I thank you. I commend those of you who have reached out beyond the political divide. Thank you for remembering that every single politician is a man or a woman with a loving family. Enough is enough.
Guys, you know what I think was crazier? That right there, she just said that right at the end when I first watched it. And I go, who knows? Any of you know about the Illuminati cards? Anyone? There's a card that's always been compared to Trump. And it says sniper on it. And it says enough is enough. I don't know if she was aware of that or just, I think she was having a moment. It just came through her, regardless of whether she's aware of it. And I'm telling you, the good news is we're going to see a Trump we've never seen. We're seeing a Trump who literally was like, I saw God. Like I got the wind blew out of me. Like I had a spiritual fucking awakening moment. Like I'm telling you, like he's never had. Okay? This is coming from a life strategist. I know people. I don't have to meet you in person. I feel you. I get it. I have this. Everybody's got their fucking specialty, okay? Here's what I'm saying. And yes, the love and pride and unity in America will be better than ever. But like I'm telling you, the economic crash will be so bad. So bad. Because most people are not ready. Most people don't believe it. Most people are brainwashed. And that includes whether you think you're on the right side of history, like say you're on the right and you think, oh, the right is right and the Republicans are right. They're all, as far as like politicians, they're all evil. Period. Okay? So we don't have a side. We have good and evil. That's what we got. That's what we got, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I'm preaching. Because what's the point on let's have a debate? Let's have a discussion. Like what the like, dude, can you imagine like you're building something, whether it's a house, I don't know, whatever, a fence, I don't care. You're building something, right? We're a team. There's 4 or 5 of us, 10 of us, whatever. Are we going to have a debate on whether this should be this way or that should be that way? No, usually there's an architect or at least somebody, right? Construction manager. It's like, just do it, right? Just do it. We're not going to talk about how it could be, what about the weather, what if an earthquake happens, I mean, that's discussion that should be done beforehand. So at this level, we should be already past the bullshit, especially after 2020. Okay? So, like I said, I was just on a call with a friend yesterday, colleague, and I just said, hey, I just want to make it clear. I just want to make sure you never forget what I was telling you. Like, I've been predicting the whole thing with the Mr. T. And I said, but I'm telling you right now, like I've said it many times, but I know you either blow me off or you don't take me serious. And I said, I just want to make sure you know that the election won't happen, right? And I go, and he starts like, oh, that's because Mr. T's a criminal, whatever, because apparently he's on that other side. I don't give a fuck. I still love him. We work really great together. We collaborate. We do a lot of things together. He's a colleague. And a friend. I would also say, and a friend. But I'm like, dude. And he just goes, I'm like, it's just an automatic switch to talk politics. And I'm like, no matter how many times, the same person I have had several discussions, and especially in the last year, I'm like, dude, can you I want you to remember this. I said, matter of fact, how about we do a bet? Because he's convinced that the election is going to happen. I'm 100%, without a shadow of a doubt, I know, I'm not even convinced, I know that he won't. So I go, I just don't want you to think that this is another one of political conversation. I want you to really never forget this, especially after what just happened to Mr. T. I said, so I don't care if we bet $5, but I want it to be a bet because I want to make sure that it's very clear in your mind that I'm not talking politics. He's like, all right, $5. I'm like, whatever you want, a drink, $5, whatever. Because I'm telling you that I've reached out to many friends like, remember when I said this? Remember that? And when it has to do with politics, they all act like, no, I don't remember you saying that. All right. And also friends of mine, when they say, oh, I'm like, well, maybe you should watch my show. My friends don't watch my show. I get it. Maybe it's not their cup of tea. Maybe it's not the kind of subject. Maybe they want to watch, DIY videos. I get it. But don't come at me like, do your homework. Anyway, so here's a guy who was definitely trending real quickly on X. I'm going to wrap it with this. And then we'll take a quick break. And I'll see you guys on Locals. Here we go. Oh, what's going on? dude, are they manipulating my computer right now? Because first the X, now everything I'm clicking, it's like it's Okay, I'm gonna here we go. Look familiar, guys? They've been showing just a quick clip of how he predicted Mr. T, and literally not just the attempt, but hitting the ear. This is a full clip.
Pass right through where it's going to be viewable.
Wow, that is amazing.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. What the Lord has showed me about this eclipse is that he said, basically when I was praying a couple weeks ago, he said to me, he said, Brandon, I want you to watch Passover. For when Passover comes, there's going to be an acceleration of things, even more so from what it was from Rosh Hashanah to Rosh Hashanah. He said, but this will be a time of great acceleration. And he said, you'll see acceleration in the financial realm. And he said, you're going to see acceleration in the politics, and you're going to see acceleration in war. And he told me, he said, these things are going to, he said, for my son's return is imminent. And he told me this. He said, when this happened, when Passover, this time of Passover happened, there would be such a great, is almost, and he told me about weather. And he told me, he said, there'll be great temperature rising in Chicago, through New York, and some of the other areas up east. And he said, there'll be record-breaking.
I don't know which one of my, because I just saw this guy. I've never heard of this guy, never seen him until what happened to Mr. T. And I don't know which live stream I did on Locals. I know I've been talking about this, but obviously mostly with people that I talk to in my personal sphere, because I've been having visions for like a week now about specifically tornadoes, and like we've never seen. I'm telling you, everyone's just going to be going about their day like nothing's ever changed, and then all of a sudden everyone's going to be like, what the, like, it's going to be like that.
Temperatures during this time frame, and he warned me about storms, long track tornadoes, and for the body of Christ to take their authority over these storms, because they would be these tornadoes, they'll be the largest tornadoes we've ever seen in history, potentially being long track tornadoes. And then he said microburst. He was talking about 150 mile per hour winds would come out of these microbursts. And he was talking about taking authority over that and praying over that. But I just saw a great acceleration of things even from Passover to Rosh Hashanah going into the fall. And that there would be through the United States. And then I saw you, Pastor Steve. The Lord said he was opening up major doors for you, more than what you realize, and that you were called more into the political arena than whatever you expected. That this would be a season of great promotion with open doors. And that you would go and you would start speaking at churches, and you would have an anointing on you like the old patriots.
You said you saw me as an old guy.
Yeah, but it was not necessarily an old guy. It was like a mantle of.
So guys, I just noticed that I guess when I said to everyone, I'll see you on Locals, I'm going to take a quick break. You guys literally took it like she's doing it right that minute. Because I just saw that like everybody left. So, I guess if that's the case, hey, Pure Blood, by the way, great to see you. Really great to see you. Much love. So I guess they probably went to Locals, like, she's not there yet. I'm like, I was going to share this clip and then go over there. But you know what? I guess I spoke too soon. Let me finish this clip, and then, yeah, just give me a few minutes, and then I'll be on Locals.
Telling people in these old churches, like trying to reform America again, bringing back America. Because the Lord told me, he said, I am not done with America. He said, there's going to be a new wave of patriotism coming out. And that's whenever I saw Trump, and I saw a red wave coming out of Michigan. And then I saw Oklahoma, and there was embers of people, and they were all on they had torches all throughout Oklahoma, and they were raising up these torches that looked like fire, and they were bringing forth a new patriotism upon the nation. And it was being.
Did I miss this because I got distracted? Did he not share in this clip?
Where it's going to be viewable.
Where he literally saw months ago Oh my God. I got this other guy that I'm going to share too on locals.
Wow, that is amazing.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. What the Lord has showed me about this eclipse is that he said, basically when I was praying a couple weeks ago, he said to me, he said, Brandon, I want you to watch Passover. For when Passover coloration in the financial realm, and so it's like it's and he would come. He would
forgive me, guys. I'm fast forwarding because I'm like, is this not the clip?
And he was
I thought this was the whole clip. I had watched it. I thought he mentioned the whole
for
ear
the
thing.
Lord with his hands on his head like this, but he was weeping. And there was ministers and people, depression. And the Lord warned me about this. It would be a great dark time. But I saw paddles coming upon America's soil like a shocking of the soil. And I saw Donald Trump praying in the office of the Oval Office, and he was weeping before the Lord with his hands on his head like this, but he was weeping. And there was ministers and people. I don't know if they were senators or Congress people or whatever. I just saw them pacing and back and forth inside of the White.
Like I said, I'm sorry. I thought this was the whole clip. Am I losing it?
All throughout America, all throughout. And I saw Trump rising up. And then I saw an attempt on his life. This bullet flew by his ear, and it came so close to his head that it busted his eardrum. And I saw he fell to his knees during this time frame, and he started worshiping the Lord. He got radically born again during this time frame. I'm talking, people say he's saved now, but he becomes really on fire for Jesus, for what I saw coming.
And I had felt that.
Then I saw people interceding when
a year ago. I'm telling you, when people, when they're still convinced that he's a criminal and this and that, and I'm like, show me what proof, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. People just no, it doesn't. It does. The proof does not matter. And I'm like, okay, all right. So the proof doesn't matter. Okay, but I was never a Trumpster. Like I've never been in politics. Like, I mean, okay, that's a lie, right? Like I wanted to be in politics when I was in college, and I studied poli-sci, and I even helped governor in New Jersey become a governor back in the late 90s or mid 90s. For a hot second, I thought that's where I belonged when I saw the corruption. I mean, I'm talking fake, horrible, what, and that's in the 90s. I was like, oh fuck, I can't do this. I cannot lie. I cannot fake it. Like, I can't. I can joke around. I can be entertaining, theatrical, expressive, entertaining, but fake? Especially when it has to do with that? My life? The livelihood of my fellow humans? No, I couldn't do it. That's another story. But my biggest thing was that about a year ago, because I was questioning, because again, it reignited in me with 2020. Although I had told people, wait till 2020, something's happening in 2020. I just was like, I was basically way ahead of myself, because I'm like, the crash, the economic crash, the one that we're yet to see, including the tornadoes, I was feeling it and seeing it before 2020. So when 2020 hit, my friends were like, you've been saying it for months. Like, you've been saying like crazy shit is going to happen, blah, blah, blah. So that one, people didn't question that. They had a very vivid and clear, like, no, you were actually like annoying about it all the time. Because I'm like, be warned, right? Forewarned is forearmed, forewarned, forearmed. I'm saying it wrong. You know me with dyslexia, and English is my third language. But at the end of the day, so now that I was way ahead of myself, now it feels like, I in a way, I'm like, I just want it to happen now, because I'm like, I'm sick and tired of, like, for me, it feels like it's right around the corner. And that was 5 years ago. But I'm telling you, like, now that this attempt just happened, there's no doubt we're talking days. You just got, when we wake up, we stick together. That's all that matters here. It's just, we got each other. We don't believe them. It's us. We are the majority. We are everything. They need us. Anyway, Without further ado, I'm going to wrap this up real quick, and I'll see you on the other side in a few minutes. Join me on Locals. The link is in the description below and also in the live chat if you're in the live chat. Thank you for coming. Much love. Smash that like button. Share this content. Show people what love fucking looks like. Love you. See you there.